Hola a todos, yo soy Edu. Imagina un mundo donde las máquinas no solo piensan, sino que comercian, invierten y construyen economías enteras. Ese mundo ya no es ciencia ficción, está aquí y su combustible es Bitcoin. Bienvenidos a la era digital, un punto de inflexión en la historia humana donde la inteligencia artificial y el dinero descentralizado están convergiendo para redefinirlo todo. Hoy, tres mentes brillantes, Saylor, Raoul Pal y Thomas Lee, nos guían hacia una verdad inescapable. Invertir en Bitcoin no es solo una apuesta financiera, es el pase de entrada a la revolución tecnológica más grande de nuestro tiempo. Prepárate para entender por qué el futuro ya comenzó. Antes de continuar, te invito a que te suscribas a este canal, activa la campanita de notificaciones, dale like y comparte para que nadie se pierda ninguna noticia del mundo de las criptomonedas. Gracias y disfruta del video. Empecemos con Saylor, el CEO de Strategy, quien ha transformado su empresa en un titán de Bitcoin, al invertir miles de millones en esta criptomoneda. Saylor no ve a Bitcoin como una moneda pasajera, sino como el cimiento de la próxima economía global. Él afirma que la inteligencia artificial construirá su economía sobre Bitcoin. ¿Por qué? Porque las inteligencias artificiales no operan con cheques, billetes o sistemas bancarios lentos. Necesitan un activo digital que sea instantáneo, global y sin intermediarios. Saylor compara a Bitcoin con el oro digital, pero con superpoderes. Es portátil, divisible y programable. Imagina una inteligencia artificial comprando energía en Asia, vendiendo datos en Europa y pagando servicios en América, todo en tiempo real con Bitcoin. Para Saylor, invertir en Bitcoin hoy es como comprar terrenos en el ciberespacio, un activo que las máquinas usarán para comerciar y que las empresas necesitarán para sobrevivir en la era de la inteligencia artificial.
But I'm here today to show you how the strategic Bitcoin reserve represents a strategy for United States digital supremacy in the 21st century. The president, with his vision, has established a strategic Bitcoin reserve as of last week and has declared that America will be the Bitcoin superpower. I would hazard to guess that the great majority of the people that saw that post don't even know what Bitcoin superpower means, and they haven't really considered it. Why is Bitcoin critical to the prosperity of the United States in the 21st century? That is the question we all should be asking. There are many metaphors for thinking about a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is digital capital. If we thought of it as Bitcoin as digital capital, is this a stockpile of cheese? Is this a stockpile of oil, natural gas, or even uranium, all of which would be interesting? Well, at its worst case, in its narrowest form, you could think about the strategic Bitcoin reserve as a stockpile of the apex asset of the human race. And so what's it worth? Well, over the next 20 years, I think it's worth anywhere from $3 trillion to $106 trillion to the United States. U.S. corporations, like my corporation, are actually recapitalizing on Bitcoin. We've gone from having $250 million of assets 48 months ago to having nearly $45 billion of assets in 48 months. If you look out over the next 20 years, corporations that are accumulating Bitcoin on their reserve, like MSTR, like Mara, like Riot, they're going to have $20 to $40 trillion. So this is a small metaphor, but it's a powerful metaphor. But you know, it's hard to rent out or finance or develop your cheese or your gold or your natural gas buried in a vault. So a more powerful metaphor is Bitcoin is digital property. If you own 5% of Manhattan and your family had owned it for 100 years and someone said, how are you going to pay your bills? You wouldn't say, we're just going to sell it. You would say, we're going to rent it. We're going to develop it. We're going to put a building on top of it, a business on top of it, or we're going to finance it. We're going to borrow against it. The same is true with Bitcoin. In 20 years, the United States could be generating $10 trillion per year by renting, developing, or financing the assets in that strategic Bitcoin reserve. The AIs are coming. The AIs don't get bank accounts. They don't get credit cards. The AIs, the artificial intelligence economy, will be built on digital capital, digital property. It'll be a $100 trillion economy. It'll be built on Bitcoin. Well, a lot of people, they think of it as an asset, you think of it as a property, but what we know to be true is that Bitcoin is actually a network, and it's not just any network. It's not an information network. It's an energy network. It's a conservative network. I can send $1 billion from me to you. I lose it. You have it. That is the conservation of energy in cyberspace. So when you start to visualize Bitcoin as a digital energy network, what you realize is that trillions of dollars of digital commerce will flow over that network. The banking system of the world is going to rebuild itself on a digital energy network. We're going to have 40,000 banks that'll be settling with each other in real time, finally, moving billions, tens of billions, or hundreds of billions of dollars an hour over a pure digital network. Right? So if you look at the world and imagine digital energy moving around the world, and then you ask the question, would you want to own it or would you want to ignore it? It's an important question. And what's driving the growth of Bitcoin? It is the most powerful force in the world right now. It's growing nearly 60%. It's become the eighth largest asset in the world. It's about to become the largest asset in the world in the next 48 months.
Ahora, pasemos a Raoul Pal, un veterano de los mercados financieros y fundador de Revolución, quien ve a Bitcoin como el corazón pulsante de la economía digital. Paul dice que las criptos subirán con el ciclo económico. Solo necesitamos paciencia. Él entiende las correcciones como la de finales de 2024, cuando el dólar estaba fuerte y las tasas de interés altas, lo que sacudió los mercados. Pero para Paul, eso es solo ruido. En sus palabras, esto pasará. Seguimos escalando el canal de regresión logarítmica. Paul dice que la inteligencia artificial acelerará la adopción de Bitcoin al integrarlo a un sistema financiero sin fricciones. Las máquinas no esperarán a que los bancos procesen pagos o que los gobiernos aprueben transferencias. Usarán Bitcoin para mover valor a la velocidad de la luz. Para Paul, invertir en Bitcoin es subirse a un tren que está ganando velocidad, impulsado por la liquidez global y la revolución tecnológica. Su consejo es claro: ignora el drama, agárrate fuerte y espera la subida.
Once you get free electricity from nuclear at scale and all these other things, and infinite intelligence, right, you've created basically a new species. And again, that's the story for down the road. What I'm more interested about now is, okay, AI agents are coming into the world. An agent is like you going to Fiverr and hiring somebody to build your website and hiring somebody to do your marketing strategy and all of those kind of things. Somebody goes off, does it, comes back, brings it. Well, AI is going agentic, and we're going to start to see these kind of tools coming into our existence. So what happens is it becomes incredibly powerful to do complicated tasks like building businesses. And it becomes very simple for AI to do them instantly. So once AI does them instantly, obviously we'll probably need crypto payments to pay, an agent needs to pay for its electricity, or the AI model needs to pay the agent for the electricity and compute. And I think we'll use cryptocurrency to do that, because last thing I've checked, AI can't get a bank account. So it doesn't go into the economic system. It's never going to transfer money over SWIFT. Never going to happen. So we've got a change of how money gets used within this new economic machine as well, which is one of the reasons I'm so bullish on crypto overall. We'll get disrupted super fast unless we lean into this fast and give you the superpowers that AI can give you. And having non-generalized models, but specialized models that do that based on our own private data sets plus the global data set, well, that's a very big deal. So that's another way. I've also got an asset management company, Exponential Age Asset Management, where we invest in crypto hedge funds to capture this massive trend of the crypto industry going from 2 trillion to 100 trillion.
Y luego está Tom Lee, un estratega financiero que ve a la inteligencia artificial como una fuerza estructural clave que dará forma a la economía del futuro. Para él, la inteligencia artificial está en las primeras etapas de un ciclo de inversión masiva, comparable con el auge de las redes de fibra óptica y la tecnología inalámbrica hace décadas. En ese entonces, las acciones alcanzaron su pico a mitad del ciclo, pero los verdaderos ganadores, como las torres de las telecomunicaciones y Apple, emergieron después, generando riqueza a largo plazo. Lee plantea una pregunta fascinante. ¿Quién será el Apple de la inteligencia artificial? ¿Dónde está el equivalente a las torres que generarán riqueza silenciosa, pero masiva? Y no se detiene ahí. Él dice que las inteligencias artificiales son trabajadores infinitos con nivel de doctorado, que necesitan alimentarse, y ese alimento podría ser energía, infraestructura digital o incluso Bitcoin. Lee ve un mundo cada vez más digital, donde las inteligencias artificiales usarán Bitcoin como el estándar de valor para comerciar y crear riqueza. Para Lee, estamos lejos de la saturación en inteligencia artificial y Bitcoin.
I've got two simple analogies to share that I think we should be looking for in AI. So we just published a study looking at the wireless fiber boom and when the stocks peaked relative to capital spending. And many people, so let's say it was a 20-year CapEx cycle for fiber and wireless. The stocks relative to the broad market peaked 8 years into the cycle. So in other words, like halfway into the cycle, the market will suddenly say enough capital has flowed into the space that they're market performers. However, in that now in retrospect, the 25-year look back, one industry in wireless pulled away from everything. Two did. The first one is the tower industry. It has produced better returns than handset, chips, carriers, spectrum owners, the towers, and it's, as you know, it's a boring business that grows in a unit with demand. The second, of course, was Apple came along, but in 2007, so 13 years into the industry and after the industry's stocks all peaked, Apple came in and essentially gobbled up the economics of the ecosystem. So I think that in AI, it'll pay to look for the tower equivalent. But I think the second thing that's going to be important is that you just described it. AI is infinite workers with PhD qualifications.
Today. Don't forget, in 2 years' time.
Yeah, it'll be super intelligent, right?
Super intelligence. Something we've never had before.
Correct. And yet, these super intelligent entities have to eat pizza. And what I mean by that is like the best performing stock in the last 25 years is Domino's Pizza, because everybody has to eat. So if you could find the pizza of the AI worker, so that's not the infrastructure, it's what you have to feed the worker, that's another moneymaker. And I don't know what that is going to be.
Este es solo el comienzo de una gran cantidad de oportunidades. A estos tres visionarios les une la misma idea. La inteligencia artificial y Bitcoin están entrelazados en el futuro económico. Saylor ve a Bitcoin como la base tecnológica que las inteligencias artificiales usarán para comerciar. Paul lo considera el activo que prosperará en un mundo digital impulsado por máquinas. Y Lee nos dice que la inteligencia artificial, con su hambre de recursos y su potencial infinito, hará de Bitcoin el rey del valor digital. Juntos, pintan un panorama claro, un mundo donde las inteligencias artificiales no solo invierten en Bitcoin, sino que lo convierten en la moneda de una economía sin fronteras. Michael Saylor, Raoul Pal y Tom Lee coinciden en que la era digital ya está aquí, y Bitcoin es su columna vertebral. Invertir en Bitcoin no es solo una decisión financiera, es un acto de visión, un paso hacia un futuro donde la inteligencia artificial y el dinero descentralizado redefinen la riqueza, el poder y la libertad. Ya no se trata si es que ocurrirá, sino de cuándo. Y ese cuándo es ahora. ¿Esperarás a que las máquinas tomen la delantera? ¿O te unirás a la revolución hoy? El futuro no espera a nadie. Dime qué opinas en los comentarios. No olvides darle like y suscribirte. Gracias, Rogers. Nos vemos en el próximo episodio.